Serverless computing is a type of cloud computing that allows organizations to focus on implementing a business function using code without worrying about how to deploy and manage the execution of that code. Suppose you needed to run an application that performs a task like reading data from a queue or a file and, depending on the value, pass it to one of two software systems. The coding logic is simple, but other considerations may not be. For example, where will the code be hosted? Will we need to set up a virtual machine? How will the code be triggered? How will we know if the code stops running? In a serverless computing model, the cloud vendor operates and manages the server and executes your organization's code logic on an as-needed basis. Your code is scaled automatically to meet demand. You don't have to worry about outages, and you only pay for the resources used. Microsoft provides two ways to leverage the power and convenience of serverless computing. The first is Azure Functions, and the second is Azure Logic Apps. Azure Functions is an event-driven, serverless compute platform, and ideal when you're concerned primarily with the code that's running your service, and not the underlying platform or infrastructure. Use Azure Functions when you need to perform work in response to an event, or when demand is variable, since charges accrue only when a function is triggered. Azure Logic Apps is a low-code, no-code development platform to help you automate and orchestrate tasks. Azure Logic Apps is designed in a web-based designer and can execute logic that's triggered by Azure services without you having to write any code. You build an app by linking triggers to actions with our library of connectors. You can also build your own custom connector.
How do you know which solution is right for you? Azure Logic Apps was designed with workflow design in mind. Azure Functions, however, was designed with programming in mind. While they can be used for the same work, consider your business scenario to optimize the capabilities of each.